Nuclear Clown TV is on the air. I am your irradiated host, Dave, the nuclear one, and today I will be reviewing Batman Arkham Asylum for the Xbox 360. I got it at Walmart, hence the big Walmart sticker there. Um, you've probably heard really, really good things about this game, probably because it's a really, really, really good game. Um, a lot of people were saying probably a game of the year mention and all that good stuff. I don't feel quite that strongly about it, though. It is really, really, really just a solid title. But I think it's the epitome of a rental. You know, you will beat this game if you play it. The storyline isn't really all that long. Um, and then once you're done with the game, there's really not too much to do. You can run around the Arkham Island and find all the Riddler's puzzles and get some extra stuff. But the problem is, it feels kind of empty once you beat it. And the asylum, occasionally somebody will run out and try to attack you, like one guy after you've been fighting mobs and mobs of guys. There's really no challenge in it, and it feels really empty, and you kind of feel like you're wasting your time running around there for a while. But the game is really, really good. The story is Joker takes over Arkham Asylum, and he and his henchmen release all of Batman's villains, all the big major players of the Batman universe, and they lock Batman in the asylum, and Batman has to fight and sing and dance his way out. And it's a very well done game, but I do have a problem with it. There's a little side story. Spoiler alert here. The Joker's real plan is that he's trying to make these super soldiers like Bane, all butched up and real muscular and crazy super soldierish type guys to take over Gotham, and Batman has to stop him. I don't really see the reason why they had to put another story in there. I mean, it's the basic premise of the Joker taking over the asylum, locking Batman in it for a change, and having his villains all get their revenge on him. That's a really cool story. You don't really need anything else. That stands on its own. But they felt compelled to throw in that little super soldier deal, and I think it only detracted. It almost seemed like downloadable content to me, that little side story arc. And when you fight Joker at the end, he takes the serum and is all huge and muscular and ripped up. I have problems with that. Batman's always been really neat because he's a regular guy, and for the most part, his villains are regular guys who dress up funny and goofy, and they wear outrageous props and give themselves weird names. But they're still regular people, and I like that. Uh, so Joker turning into a big, huge, 9 foot tall, buffed out giant doesn't really feel very Batmanish. It's not very baddish, I guess you could say. And when I was playing this game, that kind of made me sad that the story kind of went that way. But anyway, let's talk about the good points of the game, because there are a lot. I don't want to seem like I'm trashing this game. It was an excellent game. The graphics are really, really nice. The whole game is very well done, from the production quality to the sound to the voice acting. The voice acting in particular, which they use the actors from the old Batman cartoon from the 90s, which I liked a lot because it was phenomenal. Mark Hamill as the Joker is unbelievable, as always. The guy who does Batman's voice, at first it kind of sounded to me like it was somebody doing an impersonation of the guy from the cartoon, but he hasn't done the voice for a long time, so we forgive and we forget here at Nuclear Clown TV. Some things that a funny side note. I've never really been a Harley Quinn fan before. I think like her. I mean, a cool enough character, but her jester outfit covers her whole body up. It's not really too sexy to me, and she doesn't really have much of a figure. So anyway, when I heard her talking in this game, like the first 5 minutes, I thought, wow, they really need to sex Harley Quinn up. And then they show her, like a second later, completely sexed up to the gills, and she looks amazing in this game. Super duper jokey hot in this. She looks great. And Poison Ivy too. Wow. Yeah. These girls are looking right in 2009. They're looking They're looking bat hot. They're very, very bat hot in this game. And this has nothing to do with the game at all, but I think you'd want to know. Uh, the game incorporates some action elements and some stealth elements very well, but I'd like to see them improved on a little bit. I'm sure we'll get another game and they'll do more stuff, more kind of stealth things you can do, because that was a cool part of the game. Another kind of problem I had, but it was probably my fault because I played it like an idiot. As you progress, you gain experience to purchase bat upgrades, which make you stronger, tougher, whatever, give you special moves and, Batman weirdo equipment. I took the worst possible upgrades first and the absolute most useful upgrades last. The last thing I was getting was like the takedowns and the throws, which are really great, creative, and awesome ways to end the fight, where Batman will grab somebody's leg and break it and rip it off and eat it. All right, he doesn't break it off and rip it and off. He doesn't eat it, but he does break it, and it looks really nice, and it's a good way to finish your fight. It takes a lot longer to dispatch of enemies without that. Unfortunately, I picked that up last, so I'm running around the game. I finally have this. I say, wow, this would have made the game 20 times easier. Oh, look, I'm at the last boss, and I've beaten it. I should have done things a bit differently, but, probably not the game's fault, probably my fault. But, yeah, the game is excellent, but in good conscience, I cannot say to buy it, because while the challenge modes are fun, and you'll definitely play them and try to beat your score and stuff like that, the lack of general playtime is an issue for me, and it doesn't really justify spending $60. I think it's a definite rental. I mean, if you're a Batman fan, you're gonna love this game, and even if you're just a fan of games in general, it's really well done, excellent quality. But when you beat the story mode, not too much going on after that. You're wandering around the island. You can try to solve all the riddles if you want, but that's a lonely exercise for someone who has nothing to do like me. Yeah, so Batman Arkham Asylum, really, really good. I reviewed it for the Xbox 360 because that's what I do. And it was good stuff. It was a very, very well done game. I'm pleased with it. Rent it. Don't buy it. And the girls, man. Girls looking back good. Looking back good.